shoots up front, they score! Good afternoon and welcome from Independence Community Ice. I'm Gabe Daniel, the voice of Jayhawk hockey, where it's game 2 of the weekend series between the Kansas Jayhawks and the Omaha Mavericks, where it was an overtime thriller last night, where it was Tyler Nelson scoring the game winner for the Jayhawks, as it was also the second overtime game in a row for the Omaha Mavericks, as the Mavericks look to bounce back, and then the Jayhawks look to get their first sweep of the season. As we're just finishing up warm-ups, not much change to the lineup for Kansas, and I'm assuming it's the same for Omaha. Starting goaltenders are the exact same as last night, as it'll be number 35, Kyle Wernley again. And then for Kansas, it'll be number 30, Mitch Miles. And it's going to be the exact same starting lineup for the Jayhawks. At center, it'll be Tyler Nelson with Duso and Vitullo at his wing. And then back at the blue line, it'll be Zach Roberts and Blake Hearn. As it looks like we'll be skipping the national anthem today. Both teams heading back to the bench for the last-minute talk from the coaches, as pucks are being picked up from warm-ups here. Well, I guess I'm wrong. It looked like originally they weren't going to do an anthem, but the starting lineups are being announced here inside Independence Community Ice. Again, for the Jayhawks, it's Nelson at center with Duso and Vitullo at the wing, Hearn and Roberts back at the blue line, then Mitch Miles in goal. And it looks like for the Mavericks, it'll be Paul and Sikora back at that blue line. And then up front, it'll be number 21, Ryan Huppy, number 3, Andrew Kozel, and number 11, Max Sikora. And again, the Jayhawks coming into this game 3-4-0 on the year, and then the Omaha Mavericks 2-3-2. As we wait for the anthem to be played. And now both teams will head back to their benches, get the helmets back on, and receive the final words of encouragement before play begins. It's a busy weekend for the University of Kansas as they have a big home football game against University Central Florida, which is where the rest of my broadcast crew is at. So it'll just be me on the call by myself today. As Omaha finally breaks from their huddle and they are ready to go. As this Saturday afternoon action is just about to begin. And it'll be Nelson winning that face-off back and racing after is Hearn. He tries to play it off the boards over to Fatua, but it's going to be quickly taken away by Kozel. His shot goes up into the netting. And an early whistle just about 9 seconds into this one. Face-off taking place to the right of Mitch Miles. So Casiopo unable to get the face-off tied back up. Sends it out for the Mavericks as it's going to be Howell who dumps it back in. Back out to Roberts, who tried a headman pass. Couldn't quite connect with Duso, so it'll be Kozel sending it back the other way. And the puck goes up high, and another whistle, this time with 19:33 left to go. Face-off will take place right at center ice. As it's Juan back over to Roberts. Roberts try to bank it off over to Duso. Instead, it'll go right over to Howell, who will try to get things going for the Mavericks. Casiopo over to Kozel. Kozel skating it in. He'll go towards the hash marks before throwing it on net, short side, but it's going to be taken away by Kansas here. Hearn got it up over to Nelson. Nelson with 2 goals last night. He's going to walk it in. Drop over to Duso, missing the net there. And it's going to be sent out by Hunsicker. But racing to hold the line was Breyer. Kozel able to use the boards to get it out. And it's all the way back where Hearn will wrap around and get it up to Duso. So it'll go a little too far. So Hunsicker will get it over to Sinnott. Sinnott got it up over to Huppy. Huppy dumped it in. It's going to be picked up now by O'Laughlin and a shot on goal. And Mitch Miles hanging on for a whistle. So the Mavericks coming out strong to start this game, as they already have 2 shots on goal. Kansas with none. Wrapped around off the face-off to Medina. He gets the headman pass up to Feeney, who left it for Siddons. Siddons right back over to Feeney. Trying to find Siddons right in the slot was Feeney, but couldn't connect there. And the puck goes to the corner, as it was Hoffman trying to play it up. Breyer holds it in. Breyer, toe drag, move around. Siddons with it now. Siddons still with it. He waits. Nessa, the one-time blast, missing the net there. And it's going to be picked up there by Sinnott, back behind the net. And there's going to be a delayed penalty on Kansas. The headman pass up to Hoffman. Hoffman on the right side. And he's going to be met there by Nessa. Play broken up by Kansas, touched by Feeney. And then we get the whistle here. So it'll be John Feeney heading off. Tripping looks like the call. So a Maverick power play. Just about 2 minutes and 5 seconds into this game. They weren't able to get a lot done yesterday, but today's a new day. So right off the face-off, the Jayhawks have it, as it was Duso. Quickly stripped off the puck, and the Mavericks will have it. Hoffman passing it over to Howell. Back to Hoffman. This time it's cross ice, and Kozel will have to regroup as it just skips over the blue line. And it's going to be taken away by Duso. He'll curl around with it, still having possession. Got it to Nelson. Nelson moving in with speed. He'll curl around at the hash marks. Making a fancy move here. Nelson trying to crash the net. And Duso off the rebound. A nice shot by Duso. And a save made by Wernley. as Kansas starting to apply pressure here on the penalty kill. 17-19 left to go in period number 1, and minute 25 left to go on the Omaha power play. Chubb tied up the face-off, and he was able to get it back over to Hunsaker. From behind his own net, Hunsaker will skate through the neutral zone. Carries it in past the blue line, tries to make a move around Schubert. Forced back under the goal line up front over to Casiopo, poked away there, and the Jayhawks had it. Wraparound shot. It looked like it was Casiopo again. And the Mavericks still with it in the deep slot. Hunsaker passed across. Gets it right back. Tries to throw it on net. Misses. Wrapped around. It'll be picked up there by Huppy. Now to Hunsaker. His shot from a weird angle finds the glove of Miles for a whistle. A little bit of a slower pace to start off this Saturday game. As Schubert backhanded it around the boards. It's going to be held in by Huppy. Cross to Hunsaker. Up front to Sinnott. His shot blocked up front there by Vitullo. As the puck goes to the far corner. Siddon's trying to get it out for the Jayhawks. Instead it'll be Hunsaker. Waltzing around. Faked the shot. Took it. And blocked up front. And then it'll be Siddons with it. Off the pass from Vitullo. Siddons moving in. He's poked off. Vitullo unable to hold the line, but he was able to assure the puck over to Roberts. And the Jayhawks are back to full strength. As it'll be Hearn. He's able to loft that one into the corner. Racing after it. Getting there first was Sinnott. As it's wrapped around the boards. A nice physical play there by Friedhoff. Got the puck over to Siddons. And now it's going to be a battle in the corner again. Siddons coming up with it. Try to pass it to the slot. No one was quite there. And the Mavericks struggling to get it out as there was a nice stick lift by Siddons, forcing the puck back. Hunsaker across to Sinnott. And the Mavericks finally able to get it out. But Zadakis applying pressure along the boards right in front of the Omaha bench. As the puck was moved in, it'll go right to Miles, and he'll hang on for a whistle here. 0-0 still our score. 15:09 left to go in period number 1. Shots are 3-1 in favor of Omaha. As the face-off won by Kansas. As they try to wrap it around over to Friedhoff, instead it'll go right back over to Hearn. Hearn moving in on the left side, all alone on the backhand shot. The rebound was loose, and an early whistle as Wernley was down, but the puck was loose. Either way, the stoppage here with 14:53. As the faceoff won by Kansas, Roberts across to Hearn, who tried to find it over to Zadakis. Zadakis in the corner now. He's pressured off the puck. Fantoni going in to help him out. Zadakis gets hauled down. Kansas winning a penalty there, but it's going to be Fantoni with it. Fantoni rips a shot kicked away there by Wernley. And then Hearn on the rebound. As it's wrapped around over to Zadakis. Zadakis in the corner, pressured off the puck. It's going to be Chubb, who had it poked away by Friedhoff, but the Jayhawks sending it back out. As it was Fantoni throwing it to the corner. Racing to hold the line was Hearn. And then it's finally skated out by Paul, but right to the tape of number 5, Kyle Mead. Now Carney with it. He'll throw it to the corner. Racing after it was Mead. As this is going to be a headman pass by number 94 for the Mavericks. That's Josh Bedore. As it's behind the net, Breyer with it in the corner for the Jayhawks. Breyer now skating it up through center ice. Still with it. Pokes it to the corner. Mavericks got it right back. As it'll be Huppy trying to lead a breakout now. His headman pass up to Hoffman. As Hoffman gets hauled down from behind. No call there as the Jayhawks get away with one. So 13-12 left to go, period number 1. Still nobody finding the back of the net yet. The shots are still 3-1. As the face-off eventually won by the Jayhawks. And another save by Miles, so the shots should be 4-1 now. Nelson off the face-off, got it to Vitullo. Vitullo across to Duso, who finds it to Nelson, and Nelson try to drop it back. The Mavericks poke it out of the zone as it's Hoffman who left it for Huppy. Huppy's saucer pass intercepted there by Breyer as he's able to wrap it around. Breyer trying to get it to Nessa. Instead it'll ride all the way around to Duso, who tried to backhand it out of the zone. Couldn't quite get it up to Nelson, and the Mavericks send it back the other way. But it's right back over to Nelson. Nelson moving in, try to shot, blocked up front there by Howell. Racing to the corner is Vitullo. Vitullo to Nelson. Nelson walking it around. A backhand pass to Nessa. Throws a shot on net, tipped up front by Duso. But it'll be Wernley making the save there. And play will pause with 12:19 left to go in period number 1. Shots now 4-3. Still in favor of Omaha, but Kansas starting to show a little bit more control. So the face-off, Juan back to Nelson. Nelson using the boards. Got it to Duso. Duso behind the net. Getting pressured there by Howell as Duso still has it in the corner. Now Vitullo couldn't get full control. Howell was able to wrap it around over to Hunsicker. And the Mavericks get it out. But it's going to be Schubert trying to send it back the other way. But right there, interrupting that was Kozel. As it's going to go to the corner. Now Walsh has it. Was a little aggressive putting his stick down. So it's going to be a delayed slashing penalty on the Jayhawks. As it's going to be walked in by Howell. Finally touched by Kansas. And number 2, Cole Walsh, will head to the box for slashing. That'll put Omaha back on the power play. Oh for 1 on the day already. As it's sent it, a saucer pass, gets it right back. A shot from the point, covered by Miles for another stoppage here. As it's played across to Sennett, to Hunsicker. Patiently waiting at the hash marks, draws it below the goal line. A backhand pass in the slot, puck loose. Kansas able to clear it, couldn't get it out. Sennett held the line. As it's going to be over to Chubb. His shot blocked up front. The Jayhawks struggling to get it out, as it'll be Roberts with it in the corner. The Mavericks take it away. Back behind the net, they'll pass it up to the deep slot. Then it's sent back over to Hunsaker. Hunsaker will walk it in, trying to pass it over. Casiopo spinning around on the backhand. Couldn't get anything going there. So Sinnott will have it again at the hash marks. Try to cross-ice pass. Sent away by the Jayhawks, but not out. Now Hearn with it again. Clears it. Still holding the line is Sinnott. And Hearn will use the backhand and finally able to dump it down, and that gets a much-needed change going for the Jayhawks as there's about 35 seconds left on the penalty handed out to Cole Walsh. Send it across to Mercier. Dropped it back to Kozel. And Kozel walked it in. A shot going high and wide off the rebound, and he scores. So the Mavericks take the early lead on the power play. It's about halfway through the first period. The puck took a really weird bounce off the glass, went right back to Kozel, and he was able to put it home as his team leads 1-0. So off the face-off, quickly past to Duso, who gets it to Nelson. Nelson walking it in. Back over to Duso on the backhand. Short side shot, save made by Wernley. So even after the goal, Kansas showing a little bit of fight in them as they want to tie this up. As it's won back over to Nelson. Sheltered to Nessa. Nessa ripped one from the point, but it's going to go to the corner where it's going to be Vitullo with it. Now Vitullo back to Nelson. A one-time shot in the slot. And another save made by Wernley. This time it'll be Nelson taking the draw for Kansas. Tied up, Wanda Vitullo. Vitullo played it to the corner to Nelson. Nelson, he'll coast around. He'll play it off the boards up over to Nessa. Nessa threw it back in. Duso up to Vitullo. The backhand shot and a save made by Wernley. So Kansas starting to pepper the shots on to number 35. So the face-off this time on back over to Howell. He clears it out. It's going to go all the way back, but quickly getting there was Kozel. His shot off the short side. Mercier on the rebound, trying to pass it across, but the Jayhawks take it away. It's going to be Duso off the pass from Nelson. Duso hauled down. That's going to get called. And Nessa with a shot right to the glove of Wernley. And a power play for Kansas with 8:45 left to go. As it's number 44, Logan Mercier, heading off for the trip. So power play unit number 2 heading out there for the Jayhawks. It's going to be Vitullo at center with Feeney and Friedhoff at the wing. Then it'll be Roberts and Hearn back at the blue line. As it'll be Hearn across to Roberts to start things off. Back to Hearn. Hearn in the deep slot with the Feeney. Shoots just going high. And it'll be Roberts sheltering it. As he waits patiently, he'll cross it over to Hearn. Hearn had a goal last night. To Roberts. Roberts trying to find Feeney. And the puck will take a weird bounce off the boards and go out of the zone. So it's going to be Hearn again, trying to get it over to Roberts. Roberts will walk it in. Instead, he'll dump it to the corner. And on it is Feeney. So Feeney will pass it to Vitullo. Walking it up to the hash marks. Left for Hearn. Hearn to Feeney. Up to Hearn. Shooting one, blocked up front. And there's Friedhoff getting knocked down, and that's going to be a penalty. A great job there. The 6'5" forward for the Jayhawks, able to draw the penalty. So it'll be 5-on-3 for about 57 seconds, which means power play unit 1 will come out. The guilty party for that penalty is number 22, Nate Sinnott. So the face-off, Juan to Nessa, who quickly got it over to Duso. Duso across to Nelson. Now Nelson walks it across to Duso. The one-time shot just going high. It'll ride the boards out of the zone, and a rolling puck will be picked up by Nelson. So Nelson across to Zadakis. Zadakis to Siddons. Left it for Nessa, who got it to Duso. Now Duso to Nelson once more. Nelson walking it in, drops it back to Duso. Duso rips one, tipped up front. And a save made by Wernley. And Wernley not happy that he's getting screened, saying something to the refs. So the face-off, Juan over to Siddons. Siddons across to Duso. Duso backdoor to Nelson. Shoots, and a glove save by Wernley. A spectacular save. This face-off won by Kansas, but it comes all the way back out. Now Mitch Miles playing it. Gets it up to Duso. About 8 seconds left on the penalty, handed out to Mercier. And the Jayhawks are 1 man short. Omaha's 1 man short. Jayhawks on a 5-on-4 power play. As it's going to be Nelson curling around. Nelson still with it on the backhand. The puck was loose in the crease, going to be covered up by Wernley. And the stoppage here with 6:34 left to go. So 53 seconds left on the 5-on-4 power play for Kansas, barring another penalty by Omaha. As the faceoff is won back over to Nelson. Nelson from the deep slot, he'll wait. He'll get a pass to Duso. Now Duso will walk it up. Curling it around with it. Tries a shot kicked away by Wernley. Puck played up, nets off. And another stoppage here, this time with 6:17 left to go. Jayhawks now leading the shot column 9-6. But trail in the game 1-0. As it was played around the boards. Zadakis taking a tumble there. But the Jayhawks able to hold the line as Duso was able to kick it over to Siddons, but the Mavericks get it out as it's going to be Mercier with it. Mercier tried a shot and blocked up front. It'll be Siddons skating it up. Time for one last rush on this power play for Kansas. As it's Siddons with it. Poked off the puck. Nessa shooting it short side. Rebound. Zadakis couldn't put it home. And it's going to be over to Nelson. Racing after it, unable to hold the line was Hearn, as he just couldn't quite get there in time. Is this going to be Hearn walking it in? Hearn curling around, going to the net, tries to shot short side, he scores! Number 19, Blake Hearn. Evens up the game for the Jayhawks, and it's his second goal on the weekend. So a beautiful entry there by Hearn as he shot it short side, beating Wernley. And we're tied at 1 with just 5:37 left to go in the opening frame. As the face-off won by Kansas, Friedhoff backhanding it into the zone. Sikora playing it over to number 16, and a big hit there. And it's number 16 for the Mavericks, down and in pain. Very slow to get up. Friedhoff to Feeney. Back to Friedhoff. Lost it as it's left for Fantoni, I believe. Fantoni trying to get it over to Feeney. As it's number 14 with it now. Hoffman, he chipped it in, and that gets a stoppage here. And number 16, Camden Voorhees, immediately going off the ice in pain, and it looks like he'll be tended to by the trainer. It took a weird collision in the corner with Friedhoff. As it's Duso getting it over to Nelson, across to Vitullo. Vitullo takes a shot, misses the net there as it rides the boards around. And it'll be Hearn trying to poke the puck away from the Mavericks, but they get it out of the zone. So the headman pass tipped into the corner by Nelson. Nelson going after it, but he's going to be met there by Howell. But Nelson got a piece of the puck first. As it's going to be number 8 now. Sachs trying to get it out. Held in by Hearn. Hearn, 1 goal on the night already. Can he go for another? He's going to wrap it around the net. Wrap around shot kicked away there by Wernley. And the Mavericks now have it. Vitullo able to poke the puck away. As this going to be Hunsicker with it. He'll play it around the other corner over to Howell. Howell, he's going to be pressured there by Duso. Forcing it back to Hunsicker, who tried to wrap it around the boards, and Nelson got it. Unable to hold it in as he tried a toe drag move. That was poked away there by Max Sikora. As Sikora walks it in, a shot kicked away by Miles, and Roberts will have it in the corner now for the Jayhawks. As he tried to play it off the boards up to Breyer, but Breyer left it for Nelson, and Nelson's going to drift in with speed. He'll curl around the net. Nelson still with it, a saucer pass over to Feeney. Feeney able to knock it down, but couldn't get full control. As it'll be chipped to the corner and picked up by Hunsicker. He lofted it up to Mercier, who sent it out of the zone, but Schubert got it right back. Now it's going to be Casiopo with it. Over to Kozel. Kozel threw it to the corner, so Walsh will send it back out for the Jayhawks. As it's Schubert up to Feeney. Feeney now trying to walk it in. Feeney getting taken down in the corner there. As this could be Siddons on it. Siddons able to get the puck loose. He'll walk it in. He tries a shot. That's blocked up front. Now Feeney on the rebound. And he's going to get taken down. And the Mavericks will take it out. As this can be Casiopo. Chipped it to the corner. Right to Miles. And a stoppage here with 2:36 left to go. Tied at 1. Shots are 11-6 in favor of Kansas. There's a face-off won by the Mavericks, but it looks like a shot from the point was blocked up front by Medina, and Medina will carry it out for the Jayhawks. He tried to get a headman pass up over to Siddons, but it's going to be forced back the other way. The Mavericks with it. Mercier lost control, taken by Schubert. Now Schubert, he'll walk it in at the corner. Button hooks around, a backhand pass through the slot. No one was there, so the Mavericks take it back. As this Huppy turned it over to Schubert. He threw it on net as a stick to side there. As it's Feeney with it now. Feeney in the corner. Up front to Medina on the doorstep. He scores! Number 9, Lance Medina. His first of the year. And it's 2-1 Kansas with 1:59 left to go in the first period. So the face-off won over to Meade, who got it right back over to Nessa. Nessa trying to get it up over to Meade. It's going to be a foot race for the puck. Meade carrying it in. Takes a shot. Save made by Wernley. So a great shot there by Kyle Meade. A local product who played high school hockey for the Kansas City Stars. As the faceoff is won back over to Meade. Meade quickly got it across over to Breyer, but the Mavericks able to get it out. It's going to be poked away there. Meade going down to block the shot as it's turned aside there by Miles. Mavericks still holding it in the zone. Nessa fanning on the pass to get it out. And he'll curl back behind his own net with about 1:20 left to go. As it's up over to Breyer. Breyer swinging down on the left side. As it's going to be over to Nessa. He'll chip it into the zone. Stick aside there by Sikora. As we're just under 1 minute left to go here, period number 1. As it's dumped in, and an icing called here on the Mavericks. So the face-off won by Omaha, as it'll go all the way back and picked up by Hearn. He stops, he'll go back behind the net and wait a little bit before finally getting a headman pass. Looks like he got it to Roberts, who left it for Nelson, and Nelson swinging on the left side through the slot. Shot going over the net there, as it's going to be Dusso back behind the net. Now Dusso wrapping around to Hearn. Hearn draws the play back. Got a pass over to Nelson, and Nelson will walk it with a deep slot. He makes a move around to the back door to Roberts. Couldn't quite put it home. And a save made by Wernley with 11.9 seconds on the board. Shots are 16-6 in favor of the Jayhawks. Since that last goal from Hearn, they've really shown a lot of control. As it's going to be Nelson back over to Roberts. Roberts in the deep slot. Shot tipped up front as the Mavericks able to clear it out. 4 seconds left to go. Up to do so. He'll throw it into the zone, and that'll wrap things up here for period number 1. Game number 2. The Jayhawks skate off with a 2-1 lead. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for period number 2. Welcome back for period number 2. It's Kansas heading back onto the ice with the 2-1 lead as they lead the shot column 16-6 as well. I'm Gabe Daniel bringing you the solo call today. As both teams slowly making their way back out onto the ice. It's been a much stronger showing for the Jayhawks this afternoon compared to last night, especially in that shot column as well, as they're leading at 16-6. And a little bit of a change up here, and it looks like Kansas will be starting the second period with their second line. So that'll be Brett Siddons centering Medina and Feeney. As right off the hop, it's going to be Feeney poking it into the zone over to Medina. Medina already has 1 goal today. He gave the Jayhawks the lead. As this Roberts unable to hold the line, it'll be skated in by Hoffman. Hoffman waiting, trying to pass over to Casiopo. Then Roberts able to come in and glove the puck down out of the air. He sent it out of the zone, but is quickly chopped back in, and will go right to Blake Hearn, who had the first goal of the game for the Jayhawks, who tied things up at 1. There's a turnover right there. Mavericks send it further back, but Roberts able to do the headman pass up to Medina, who's able to chip it in. So right along the boards was Siddons, as he was able to take it away, as it's going to be passed across. And Medina takes it back for the Jayhawks. Medina at the corner, dropped it back to Feeney. Feeney now, he'll go under the net, passing it to Siddons on the doorstep. Couldn't connect there. And it'll be back over to Breyer off the boards to Medina. As it rides around, it'll get to that corner where Siddons will have to race for it. But it's going to be Hoffman trying to send it out. Breyer holding the line, threw it to the corner. The Jayhawks able to hold the line, and it'll finally boggle out of the zone. It'll be Luke Nessa picking it up for Kansas. Nessa's headman pass up to Feeney. Feeney dodged a hit there from number 16. That's Voorhees. So Siddons will crank the puck into the zone, wrapping it around. It'll be back over to Duso. Duso to Nessa. Shoots one on net. Save made by Wernley. And a stoppage here with 18-16 left to go. Shots are 17-6 in favor of Kansas as they lead on the scoreboard 2-1. And it looks like holding the line was Breyer, but he got double teamed there, and Breyer will also head to the box as he's guilty of tripping. Instead, it'll be number 16, Tyler Nelson, but tripping will still be the call. It just looked like Breyer got involved there. Either way, the Mavericks back on the power play. Now a great job there by Vitula, able to chop the puck out of the zone. That forces Kozel to go back and regroup for the Mavericks. As their headman pass taken away at the neutral zone by Nessa. Nessa moving it in. He's able to chop it to the corner. It'll wrap around the boards. As it was Bador who had it. The headman pass taken away by Breyer, and he'll wrap it around back to Nessa. Nessa to Breyer. Breyer wrapped it around, trying to find it back to Nessa, but it's going to be held into the zone by Kozel. Kozel to Mercier. Mercier waits, shoots, hit a stick up front, then went to the glass. It'll be Vitulo now. Had it taken away by Bador. Spinning around, Hoffman unable to hold it in as the Jayhawks send it out, and do so in a little bit of pain, and he'll gingerly skate off. As it'll be Kozel coming down with it on the left side. Kozel drops, shot, kicked away there by Miles as it wraps around the boards. Zadakis trying to get it out. Howell to Mercier, over to Kozel. Kozel waiting, shooting, blocked up front. It'll be Hoffman back behind the net, and Breyer interrupted that play. Breyer trying to wrap it out, cleared it, couldn't get it out as Kozel holds the line again. Kozel saucer pass to Mercier, couldn't connect, and the net was knocked off. And that was quite the lucky break. Otherwise, the Mavericks were about to tie it up at 2. You can see the frustration there, but can't necessarily score a goal when the net's off. So this face-off won by the Mavericks. As Huppy dropped it back to Hunsicker. Hunsicker waiting. He'll drop it down to the corner for Huppy to pick it back up. This time over to Sinnott. Sinnott from the deep slot. Shot tipped up front and knocked away by Walsh, but held in there by Casiopo. And then Hunsicker throwing it back into the corner. Sikora try to pass it up to Casiopo, but it's going to be taken away there by Zadakis, who got it up to Nelson. Nelson lost control, but Zadakis will walk it in. On the backhand, Zadakis, a backhand shot save made by Wernley. And it's going to be back behind the net. Zadakis able to fight the puck over to Feeney. Now Feeney trying to wrap it back the other way as Sinnott will pick it up. Sinnott wrapped it around. Trying to get it up over to Sikora. Sikora now. He'll chop it into the zone. Miles trying to come out to settle it. It's going to be picked up by Casiopo. Going behind the net to Sikora. Sikora. And a stoppage here. So 15:27 left to go. 2-1 still our score. As the faceoff is won by Kansas. Vitullo trying to backhand it in off the boards. Over to Dusso. Dusso trying to drop it back to Nelson. Nelson to Vitullo. Back to Nelson. Shot. Short side. Puck loose. And it's Dusso fighting for the rebound. As the puck ends up getting wrapped around over to Walsh. A broken stick there. As it's dumped in. So now Schubert on the puck for the Jayhawks. The headman up over to Vitullo. Vitullo trying to get it to do so, but the Mavericks dump it back in. The official in the way, so that complicates things a little bit. As it's going to be Vitullo with it again. He's able to lay a reverse hit there on number 24. And we get a stoppage here. So a shot right off the face-off going over the net. The rebound kicked away by Miles, now picked up by Medina. And he'll wrap around his own net before getting the play going. It's sent across over to Hearn. Hearn on the left side, toe drags around, trying to walk it in. It'll ride the boards around, and it's going to be held in by Roberts, who uses the backhand. Off the boards, the Jayhawks still have it as it's going to be sent over to Medina. Medina poked off, Feeney across. Down in the slot, Hearn, the puck still loose, and it's going to be held onto by Wernley. And a few words exchanged after the whistle. Now Siddons in the corner, able to fight it over to Feeney. Feeney backhanded it to Medina, tipped up front on net, turned aside by Wernley. And in the other corner, it's going to be Hoffman trying to wrap it around the boards to get it out, but it's going to be Roberts forcing it back into the corner. Medina looking for the pass from Feeney, but Roberts holding it in. The Jayhawks having to get back onside, as it'll be Siddons with it. Siddons on the right side, a backhand pass to Feeney, waits, shot, save made by Wernley. And a whistle here with 13:36 left to go. Jayhawks dominating the shot column as it's now 19-8. As the face-off won by Kansas, Sudeikis tried to get it back to Breyer, but he wasn't quite there. So it'll go all the way back to Miles, who left it for Nessa. Nessa around the boards to Sudeikis. Sudeikis sheltering it for Fantoni, and Fantoni will lead the charge for the Jayhawks. Fantoni walking in, fancy move, shot on net, save made by Wernley, and the rebound going to Friedhoff. Now Friedhoff getting some help from Sudeikis. Sudeikis has the puck now. As he tried to get it to Friedhoff back behind the net, who tried to center it over to Fantoni. That's going to be called. Sudeikis on a shot up front. He's knocked down. And a Jayhawk power play coming with 13:01 left to go. So a cross check called here on number 4, Jace Paul. So he'll take a seat for 2 minutes. As Kansas power play looks to extend their lead, and right off the face-off, a shot goes right to Wernley, and it's held on to. This face-off won back over to Nelson, across to Duso. Duso waits, he takes a shot right to the glove of Wernley again. So similar to how the first period went, they're starting to pepper those chances onto Wernley. So another Jayhawk face-off win. This time it's back over to Duso, who left it for Nelson. There's Nelson with it. So he'll waltz around. He'll stop, he'll wait. He tries to get a pass over to Duso, but that took a weird bounce out of the zone. So the Jayhawks have to regroup. Off the boards, up to Siddons. Now Siddons with it. See, lost control. Is this going to be a headman pass? Up over to Kozel. In the clear, save made, and wide open net, just couldn't finish. As it's the Jayhawks trying to get out of the zone. A lucky break for Kansas as Kozel had a short-handed breakaway and just missed the net. As it's going to be Howell with it, as it's wrapped around the boards. A really good start to the penalty kill here for the Mavericks, as it'll be the team captain behind his own net. So he gets it up over to Siddons. Siddons on the left side. He'll walk it in. He's poked off the puck, but gets it right back in the corner. Wraps it around over to Nelson. Now Nelson with it. 2 goals last night. As he's going to walk into the slot. Shaking off the hit. And the puck will wind up back over to Duso. Duso rips one from the point. Blocked up front, holding the line there as he threw it to the corner. Back behind the net to Nelson. As it's going to be Siddons with it now. He's poked off the puck and he's hauled down. And the Omaha bench wanted the penalty there. A crossover to number 24 and a nice hit there. And the Jayhawks able to swat that away. A flurry of chaos. As it's going to be Siddons poking it out. He's knocked down off the puck and a penalty called here. And it looks like interference should be the call on number 40, Troy Hunsaker. So 10:52 left to go. Another power play chance here for the Jayhawks. Unsuccessful on the last one, but they got a few good chances and were able to move the puck phenomenally. As the faceoff won by the Jayhawks, but it's Blake Hearn having to race back after it. Hearn tied the game up at 1. He'll leave it for John Feeney, who had a goal and an assist last weekend against Creighton. Feeney flying down on the left side. It's dropped back over to Roberts, who threw it to the corner, as it's going to be Sennett on it. Sennett tried to clear it out, but it's going to be picked up there by number 14, Hoffman. As the Mavericks dump it down. Hearn back on it for the Jayhawks. Left for Feeney. Feeney up across over to Hearn. Hearn on the right side. Was able to get the puck into the zone. As there's a battle along the boards. And the referee blew the whistle. Assuming it was that he lost sight of the puck. So 9:52 left to go. Period number 2. Shots are 22-9 in favor of Kansas as they lead 2-1 on the scoreboard. Now Hearn to Feeney. Back behind the net, trying to connect with Medina there. As the Mavericks able to dump it out. Hearn over to Feeney. Feeney will carry it in for the Jayhawks as he throws it back around the net. Trying to find Friedhoff in the corner. As it's up to Roberts. Roberts in the corner now. As he's coasting around with it. Dropped it to Feeney. Feeney stops, waits, stick handling before a pass to Roberts. Roberts trying to shoot it through traffic. Turned aside up front. And it'll be Sikora with it in the corner. As he was able to backhand it up and out. Comes all the way back. And the Jayhawks will use this as a line change. Now Roberts on the right side. He's pressured off the puck there. Was able to advance it. As Huppy dropped it back. The headman pass intended for Bedore. Now Hoffman. On the right side. He's pressured off the puck there. And he's going to take down, I believe that's number 19, Blake Hearn with him, but it's going to be Nelson flying down on the right side. Tyler Nelson still with it. Poked out the puck off the rebound. Then it's going to go back behind the net. As it's Sikora backhanding it out. Holding the line was Duso. He backhanded it over to Vitula. Vitula now battling in the corner. Against number 43, Wesley Sikora. As it's going to be Bedore. He threw that in to the corner for Luke Nessa to pick it up for Kansas. The headman up to Duso. Duso trying to find it to Vitula, but it's going to be taken away by Hunsicker. And then Vitula lays down Hunsicker, and that's going to get called. So number 3, Riley Vitullo heads off for the cross check. So another Maverick power play. This time with 7:43 left to go. As the face-off, Juan over to Mercier. As it's a pass across to Kozel, back to Howell. Mercier with it now. As he threw it to the corner. Back behind the net in the corner, Nessa with it. Dodging a hit there. As Nessa tried to send it out, Kozel held it in. The shot goes high over the net. Now Duso without his stick. And then a stoppage here. And it looks like it was due to an Omaha player a little shaken up, as it's number 14, Zachary Hoffman. As he went into the boards relatively hard when he was trying to lay a hit, missed the hit. So that brings us a little bit of a pause here. And I know Hoffman at intermission having a little problems with his shoulder. He did have an ice pack on it. But that stoppage comes here with 7:12 left to go. Minute 30 on the penalty, handed out to Riley Vitullo. So the face-off won by the Mavericks. Mercier over to Kozel. Kozel stops at the hash marks before he passes it over to Howell at the point. And Mercier, a shot right to the chest of Miles. And a stoppage here. Instead, no. Not sure what quite happened here. I thought there was a stoppage in play, but I guess the Mavericks tie it up. Not sure exactly how that counted. For sure looked like there was a stoppage, and then number 43 poked it in. But either way, we're tied at 2 now with 6:55 left to go. So right off the hop, it's going to be chipped back the other way. Cole Walsh on it for the Jayhawks. As it's going to be Casiopo, unable to get a piece of the puck. He's going to be met there by Walsh in the corner. Siddons going to help out Walsh. Siddons comes up with the puck. He got it up over to Medina. Medina left it for Siddons, and Siddons comes down on the left side. Siddons drags, makes a nice toe drag move to the corner, and then he'll curl back around the other way, trying to get it up over to Schubert, who's taken down in the slot. The Mavericks have it. They're able to send it out of the zone, and it's going to be Kozel with it now. Kozel waiting. Threw it in, unable to get on net, and it's going to be Mercier with it. The puck taken away by Siddons. Siddons lost control. Walsh able to swat that puck away as it fluttered up into the air. Medina lost control as the Mavericks now have it. Back behind the net, Mercier trying to make a backhand pass, and it's through the slot, and Medina able to get a piece of it, and it goes right to Siddons. Then Siddons will skate it through center before passing it to Feeney at the wing, and Kansas is offsides. So the stoppage with 5:44 left to go. So it's Bador with it. A backhand pass over to Hoffman. Hoffman back behind the net. Pressured off the puck by Hearn. Hearn trying to wrap it around over to Vitullo. As it's a pass up front to Hoffman. Puck was loose. Miles able to kick it away. And Hearn with it now. Hearn stripped of the puck there by Huppy. Huppy dragging around, a shot missing the net, and the net is off. No one else notices it, but play will continue. As it's going to be over to Hunsaker, tipped up front. And the net moving further off, and the referee finally realizes it. So 4:59 left to go, period number 2. We're tied here, 2 apiece. 23-12 is the shot column in favor of Kansas. Nelson wanted back to Roberts. Roberts around to Dusso. Dusso lost control as he lost his footing there. And is thrown on net for Miles to make a save with 4:51 left to go. So the Jayhawks able to clear it out of the zone. And an icing. As it's Fantoni taking the draw. But it's going to be taken out by Zadakis as he has to kick it to his stick. Now Zadakis battling along the boards with it, able to free it up to Fantoni, who threw it into the zone and racing after it before it's finally covered up by Wernley. And it's right off the faceoff. The puck goes up into the netting. And then right after that one, it goes to Wernley, and he'll hang on for a whistle. This time a Jayhawk face-off win as Zadakis has it in the corner, spinning off one hit. He'll walk towards the slot, trying to shot. Puck was loose in the slot. Zadakis still with it, and it'll be assured over to Fantoni. He tries to rip him from the point, tipped up front, played with a high stick, and that's what the stoppage will be here. .405 left to go, 2-2 still our score. As the face-off won by Kansas, but Nessa's having a race after it. Nessa with it, trying to backhand it out, goes right over to Breyer. Breyer poked off the puck. The Mavericks dump it in. And an icing called. So things have certainly started to get a little sluggish here. Kansas definitely needing to show a little bit more urgency. As it's Nelson taking the draw. He won it back to Schubert, who quickly got it to Walsh. And Walsh will play it down over to Dusso. Dusso walking in, trying to shot kicked away there by Wernley. And it's going to be Sinnott setting it out for the Mavericks. Up over to Bador. Bador, rather that's Cassiapo, who floated it into the corner. And it's going to be Mercier with it. Mercier poked off the puck. Either way, Huppy keeps it in. Thrown to the corner to Kozel. A backdoor pass fanned on it, as is Vitullo getting it out over to Nelson, and Nelson will fly into the zone on the left side for the Jayhawks. Nelson pressured off the puck in the corner, somehow got it right back as it's going to be sheltered over to Walsh. Walsh, and a delayed penalty here on the Mavericks. So Kansas looks to get an answer here on the power play. As it's Hunsaker heading into the box. A great opportunity for Kansas to regain their momentum, as it certainly looks like it depleted once Omaha tied the game up at 2. The face-off won back over to Hearn. Hearn waiting. Across to Feeney. Feeney passes it to Medina, back up to Feeney. Feeney rips one to the front, they score! 3-2 Jayhawks, and it might have been tipped up front. Either way, that goal is thanks to John Feeney. From a possible tip-in by Lance Medina. So 2:53 left to go in period number 2, and the Jayhawks are back on top as they now lead. So instead it was the goal by Feeney with great net front presence by Lance Medina as he just got in the way. As it was Feeney lofting it to the corner. Now Siddons on it, trying to help out the Jayhawks. As it's going to be Feeney with it again. Now Feeney back over to Siddons. Siddons, a backhand pass, trying to find Medina. And the Mavericks able to get it out, but it's going to be redirected the other way by Roberts. Quickly taken back by Huppy. Huppy looking for a shot, and then goes right to the glove of Mitch Miles. So 2:10 left. Period number 2. Shots are 24-14. As the face-off is quickly won by Kansas, but forced back the other way by Hoffman. Now Roberts with it in the corner. Taken away by Huppy, but quickly found it back over to Hearn. Friedhoff able to send it out of the zone. It looks like it might have hit someone on the Omaha bench, and we get a stoppage here for a puck out of play. So Schubert able to poke it up over to Zadakis. Zadakis with it, shooting a short shot off the rebound, and a great save there by Wernley. As it's going to be held in by Walsh. He forced it to the corner. The Mavericks able to get it out. Is this going to be walked up? Pass to Bador, broken up there, right to Miles, and a stoppage here with 1:27 left to go. So right off the face-off, Mercier tried to poke it home, but Miles had the answer there. So the face-off won by the Mavericks. Is this going to be held into the point? Is this going to be around over to Nelson? Nelson trying to walk it in. As it's turned away. Schubert poking it away. Got it to do so. Found it to Nelson. Nelson still with it on the left side. Pressured off the puck as it'll go to the corner. Nelson laying the body there. Lost the battle along the boards, but Vitullo got the puck back. Nelson, toe drag move gets hauled down. A penalty called here. This is going to be a drive by Breyer, and off the rebound, Duso will have it in the corner. Now to Schubert. Over to Duso. Dropping it back to Nelson, trying to center it on net. As it'll be sent back around. Breyer waits. He'll walk it in. He'll take the shot up high into the netting and out of play. So another Jayhawk power play on the way. Is it number 23 in the box? As it's Nelson over to Duso. Duso from the deep slot. Back to Nelson. Over to Siddons. Shoots one, and a save made by Wernley with 8 seconds left on the scoreboard. So it looks like off the face-off, it's Adakis trying to center it, getting it over to Siddons. Siddons to do so off the last second, a shot blocked up front, and that'll do it for period number 2. Kansas heads off with a 3-2 lead. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the third and final period of play of the weekend series. Hello and welcome back for period number 3, the final period of the weekend, bearing another overtime game. The Jayhawks heading back out onto the ice with a narrow 3-2 lead. They lead the shot column 26-14 and do have a power play for the first minute 38 seconds due to a carryover penalty from number 23, Matt Howell. The Jayhawks break from their huddle early, and it looks like they'll be starting Feeney, Medina, and Friedhoff. Back at defense, it'll be Roberts and Hearn. As we finally get lined up here, ready to go for the third and final period of the weekend. Taking the face-off is Lance Medina against number 3, Andrew Kozel. So Medina wanted over to Feeney. Feeney quickly got it back over to Hearn, and Hearn's going to walk it up. He's going to generate some speed, and before coming down on the right side, he'll stop. He'll button hook around before having to get poked out of the zone, and it's offsides. It just looked like Hearn got a little too confident and then froze up when he was supposed to enter the zone. Either way, face-off takes place right in front of the Omaha bench, and another face-off win by Medina. Back to Hearn across to Roberts, who's going to just wrap it around the boards and in. Holding the line is Hearn. Hearn to Feeney. Feeney, a backhand pass over to Roberts. Roberts trying to tip it to the back door, and Medina there battling back behind the net, trying to get the puck as it's Friedhoff. Medina helping him out. The net comes off by a mile, and the stoppage a few seconds late. So 19:24 left to go. Period number 3. Minute 3 left on the power play for Kansas. As the Jayhawks only lead by 1. The face-off, Juan to Friedhoff, over to Roberts, quickly to Hearn. Hearn to Feeney. Feeney. Back to Hearn. Now Roberts has it. Hearn once more. Before a bank pass into the corner, racing to get there was number 16. Voorhees, and he's able to dump it down. Miles, ill-advised play. The Jayhawks able to bail him out. As it's over to Feeney, who walks it in, drops it back to Vitullo. Vitullo to Feeney. Feeney curls. Lost control, but it's Dusso holding the line for Kansas. Dusso to Nelson now. Nelson, he'll walk it in. He'll drag it back. Dusso once more to Vitullo. Vitullo, a backhand pass back over to the team captain. The Jayhawks circling around as Omaha's full strength, tipped up front by Vitullo, and it is 4-2 Kansas. As the Jayhawks were just doing a great job creating all of that net front traffic. Dusso threw it on net. Vitullo tips it in, and the Jayhawks have a 2-goal lead with 18-17. left to go in period number 3. Face off, Juan back over to Dusso. Dusso curls around, pressured off the puck, and it's going to be sent back over to Miles, who left it for Breyer. Breyer off the glass, up to Dusso. Dusso trying to leave it for Nelson, but the Mavericks able to chip it back in, and it's going to be slapped around, held in by Huppy. Huppy Rips one right to the glove of Miles, and we get a stoppage this time with 17:57 left to go. And it looks like the same thing here, right off the hop. Sent to Miles, covered for a whistle. The Mavericks doing a really great job here, providing lots of pressure as the puck is held in there by Howell. As the Mavericks throw it down in the corner, it's going to be skated up by Breyer. Breyer got it out. He's going to come down with speed. Winds up, slaps one just going high, riding the glass out, and it'll be back where Luke Nessa will pick it up. Nessa, the headman pass, tipped into the zone by Duso. Goes to the corner, and on it's going to be Hunsicker. He'll pass it across over to Howell. Back to Hunsicker. As Hunsicker will get the headman pass up over to Bador. Bador across over to Hoffman. Hoffman backhands it into the zone. And it'll be Luke Nessa with it for Kansas. Around to Breyer. Now Breyer, the headman pass intended for Medina. Medina tipped it to the corner, and an icing. I thought Medina had a piece of it, but I guess I was wrong there. The stoppage coming with 16:57. Off the face-off, it's back over to Breyer. Breyer trying to get it to Feeney. Feeney had to pass it right back. As the Mavericks hold it in. A nice poke check there. Medina able to backhand this one out of the zone as it gets over to Feeney. Feeney chips it in. It's going to be a foot race for the puck as he got to the corner, trying to set it to the doorstep. As it looked like it was intended for Medina. Nessa drives it back in. Feeney off the rebound, and he scores! And it is 5-2 Kansas. So a great job there by Luke Nessa, keeping the puck into the zone. Took a weird bounce, got right to Feeney. He wrapped around and shot it. And the Jayhawks lead by 3. Omaha calling a timeout now with 16:27 left to go as they try to calm the nerves before the game can get too out of hand. Shots are 28-17 in favor of the Jayhawks as they lead 5-2. Again, 16:27 left to go in period number 3. As that was also Feeney's second goal of the game. As we finally get the puck dropped here, looks like the face-off is won by Kansas as Walsh had it. He's going to chip it into the zone, racing after it. In the corner is going to be Siddons. Siddons moving in. He'll curl around the net, trying to backhand it to the slot, but the net got knocked off. So we get a stoppage here with 16:15 left to go. So the face-off sent over to Medina. Medina Tries to throw it behind the net for Siddons to get there, but it's going to be wrapped around Acasiopo, who chips it out, but it's going to go to Schubert. Thrown to the corner now, and it looks like Mercier is going to pick it up for the Jayhawks. It was stripped away by Schubert. Schubert's headman pass is right over to Medina, and Medina's going to waltz in on the right side. And he's going to get knocked down. And that definitely looked like it could have been a boarding, so a lucky break for the Mavericks there as it's thrown to the corner. As Medina settled it for Schubert. Schubert to Siddons. Couldn't quite get full control of it as it was thrown to the corner. As Kozel with it. He's able to clear it out, but it goes right to the tape of Schubert, who is going to walk it in. But the Jayhawks have to get back onside. So Siddons with it now. Dropped it back over to Walsh. Walsh tried to slap it up to Zadakis. Back over to Walsh. It's a headman up to Siddons. Siddons walked it into the zone, but it's going to be offsides on Kansas with the stoppage coming at 15:03. As Bador moved it into the zone, but Kansas getting it right back. As it's going to be Fantoni. He's going to come in with speed before he's poked off the puck there. Zadakis holding the line, but unable to keep full control as Bador takes it away. A crossover to Huppy. Huppy on the left side trying to center it. Pass and they score. And they're back within 2. Looked like it was Hoffman with the goal. So it's a 5-3 game. 14:37 left to go. 28-18 are the shots on goal. Kansas still in favor. The face-off, Juan over to Caleb Duso. Duso quickly chips it into the zone. It'll ride the boards around, and Vitullo able to get there. Taken away by Hunsaker. Hunsaker behind his own net will wrap it around over to Howell. The headman pass up over to Sikora, but it's going to be held in by Vitullo. Over to Nelson. Nelson threw it on net, and a penalty called here as Vitullo went down. And it's going to be an elbow. So number 11, Max Sikora, will head to the penalty box. And audibly, the Omaha coach not happy at all about that one. And he's going to come to the front of the bench and give an earful to both referees. So the head coach of the Omaha Mavericks not taking it too kindly to the fellows wearing the orange bands on their sleeves. Right off the hop, it's going to be the Mavericks clearing it out of the zone. It'll be Blake Hearn passing it across over to Zach Roberts. Roberts, the headman, pass up to Medina. Left it for Feeney, looking for the hat trick. Off the post! Nearly getting the hat trick. There was John Feeney. As it's going to be over to Hearn. Now Hearn walking around with it. Hearn rips one, missing the net there as it wraps the boards and held in by Feeney. Feeney over to Roberts. Roberts to Hearn. Hearn to Roberts. And it's going to be dumped out as it was intercepted there by Mercier. Miles passing it across to Roberts. Roberts trying to find it over to Hearn. Streaking down on the left side. Feeney with it now. He'll saucer it over to Hearn. Hearn connects to Medina. Medina now comes in on the left side. And he takes a big hit there. And that definitely caught him up high. Medina slow to gather himself. And Medina made sure to let the referees know about that one, as it'll be Duso moving in with it. Duso stops, makes a move around one man, lost control of the puck. And then Hunsicker gets knocked off. Siddons a shot and save made by Wernley. And a whistle here with 12:44 left to go. See a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. Friedhoff restraining Siddons there. No penalty will come from it. So about 28 seconds left to go on the power play for Kansas as they lead by 2 with 12:44 left to go here. That face-off is won back over to Siddons. Siddons takes a shot, tipped up front by Nessa, and Wernley making the save as Adakis dragging around with it. As Adakis now gets a big hit there in the corner, still on the puck. Threw it to the corner for Siddons. Now Siddons curling around, still has possession as he tried to backhand it to the point over to Nelson. And it's going to be tipped out of the zone by Hoffman. Miles comes out to play it. Miles nearly lost it. He'll get the headman pass as Nessa was able to poke it loose. The Mavericks back to full strength. That's just going to be Hoffman all alone. Shooting and a save made by Miles. So 11:57 left to go. As the intensity certainly starting to increase here. Face-off win by the Mavericks as the Jayhawks take it away. They're able to get it out of the zone. Fantoni had it, but the Mavericks get it back in. Casiopo moving in. Fantoni behind his own net. He'll button hook the other way. Left it for Nessa, lost control. Nessa gets it right back. Up to Friedhoff. Friedhoff trying to get it out of the zone. Nessa even trying to help out. And the Jayhawks able to chip it out. Comes all the way back down as it was tipped. Sikora picks it up behind his own net. He'll get the pass up over to Mercier. Comes all the way back. Miles left it behind the net for Nessa. Now Nessa trying to get out of the zone. Left it for Fantoni. Now Fantoni's going to walk it in. Fantoni around the net. Dropped it for Walsh. Now Walsh tried a short side shot. Hit a man up front. And it'll be Kozel wrapping it around to Mercier. Mercier through center ice. He throws it up high, right to the glove of Miles. Set down, left for Walsh. Walsh on the left side. He'll cut towards center before getting a headman pass, and that's going to be intercepted there by Huppy. And Huppy will throw it in. And Miles will hang on as we get a stoppage with 10:28 left to go. (29-19) are the shots on the board here in Cable Dahmer Arena. Kansas leading. As it's going to be 10:24 left on the clock here. Time running out for the Mavericks. As is Howell trying to pass it up. Intercepted by Walsh, and he'll throw it into the zone. Blocker down by Wernley. Left for Howell. Howell tried a headman pass. Instead, he'll ice it. So this stoppage comes with 10:07 on the board. So right off the face-off, a drive from the point, covered up by Wernley. And he has a little bit of a love tap for Vitulo after that. Now Walsh with it off the face-off over to Duso. Duso trying to throw it on net. It goes to Vitulo. Lost his footing and lost control of the puck as well. As it's lofted to the corner, picked up by Hoffman. Hoffman's headman pass broken up there by the Jayhawks, but it's going to be Bador with it. Bador to Huppy. A lot of traffic in front of the net there, but it looks like the Jayhawks take it away. It's just going to be Nelson with speed. He'll swing towards the left side, cutting towards center. Pressured off the puck there. And it's going to be in the corner. Swatting it away, Nelson. Smart use of the body there as Schubert got it in over to Duso. Duso waltzing around with a spin around shot, covered up by Wernley, and we get a stoppage with 9:15 left to go. Hunsicker with a couple of words for Tyler Nelson. As it's going to be Siddons over to Medina. Medina able to throw it to Siddons in the corner. Siddons got it up over to Roberts. Roberts back the other way. As Siddons has it again. He backhanded it to the corner, back behind the net, where the Mavericks send it over. As it was Feeney chopping it up, and the Mavericks get it back. Fanning on the pass. Roberts redirecting it for the Jayhawks. Across to Hearn. Hearn, the headman. And it looks like it'll go the length for an icing. So it's going to be a pass up over to Feeney. Feeney got it to Siddons. Siddons racing after it in the corner, and he takes a big hit there. Siddons wanted the call. You can see him giving a mouthful to the referees there as it's the Jayhawks sending it out. Dumped down, picked up there by number 22. That's going to be Sinnott. Sinnott's headman pass. Connects there with Mercier. Mercier on the right side. He's going to be poked off the puck by Zadakis. The shot on net turned aside there. And it's going to be Breyer coming out with the puck for the Jayhawks. Backhanded around the other way into the netting and out of play. As the face-off won by Kansas, they're going to walk it in. Nessa poked off the puck by Hoffman. So Hoffman struggling. He'll backhand it into the zone. It's going to be turned around over to Friedhoff. Friedhoff able to get it out of the zone, and it's going to be a foot race for the puck, and Michael Fantoni's going to win it. Fantoni to Zadakis, shooting, and a near goal there, but Wernley turned it aside. A nice hit by Friedhoff, and that's going to get called. And a drive from the point by Fantoni. But it's going to be Cade Friedhoff heading off. And the call is going to be a hit from behind. So 7:22 left to go. The Mavericks back on a power play. A great chance for them to climb back into this one, but they haven't had much success on their power play this weekend. as the faceoff is won back by the Jayhawks as they dump it in. It's going to be Sinnott picking it up behind his own net. He's going to be pressured there by Nelson, as it's going to be left for Hunsicker. Hunsicker, he'll swing to the right side before throwing it back behind the net. Nessa's going to get there first, but the Mavericks get it right back as they try to throw it back behind the net over to Sikora. The Jayhawks breaking that up. A shot by Casiopo sent wide as it'll wrap around the boards before it's redirected back in. Now Travis Breyer trying to get it out for the Jayhawks, but the Mavericks get it right back. As it's going to be Huppy with it. Huppy, cross ice over to Hunsicker. His shot through traffic up front. Miles made the save. And a stoppage here with 6:22 left to go. So Omaha providing great pressure so far on their power play. They're unable to find an answer. Minute 1 left to go on that power play for Omaha as it's Kozel from the point. Shot blocked up front by Zadakis and another save by Miles. As the face-off won by the Mavericks, it's going to be Mercier. A shot high and wide. It'll wrap its way over to Kozel. Kozel from the deep slot. Thought about shooting it, instead he'll pass it over to Howell. Right back to Kozel on the back door, unable to connect with Mercier. As Mercier has it at the hash marks, over to Kozel. His shot blocked by Schubert, and Schubert's able to dump it down. Comes all the way back. Wernley will play it, and it's left for Howell. 20 seconds left on the power play for Omaha. They'll try a cross-ice pass up to Mercier. Mercier will spin around. And it looked like a collision there and took down a couple of players. Feeney had the puck, but it's stripped away there by Bador. Bador moving in, a shot, missing the net there. Jayhawks able to wrap it around. Holding the line there was Howell. And they're back to full strength. Kozel now, poked away. He'll curl around the net, a wraparound shot. And a penalty called here on the Jayhawks. So it'll be another tripping call. This one coming with 5:04 left to go. So it's going to be number 17, Zach Schubert, heading off, and the Maverick power play will go back out. So back around to Casiopo. His shot missing the net. It'll be held in there by Sinnott. Sinnott passing it over to Huppy, and the pressure met by Nelson, and he'll send it all the way back. Racing after the puck was Dusso as it took a weird bounce. Now Dusso with it back behind the net, and a stoppage here. It looked like the net got off, but Wernley looks shaken up a little bit. Not sure what happened. It looked like Wernley might have tripped himself up. And it's looking like number 30, Benji Gover, will be coming in. So 4:40 left to go. An injury timeout here as number 35, Kyle Wernley, went down. And it must have been the way he fell because there's no weight being put on that left foot, or if there is, it's not very much, and he is being helped off. So unable to skate off on his own power. So again, number 30, Benji Gover, now in net for the Omaha Mavericks. The Mavericks still on the power play for the next minute, 37 seconds. So the face-off, Juan back over to Hearn, and he'll draw it back. Getting it to Roberts. Saucered over to Hearn. As it's going to be Hunsicker with it. Moving it in around the boards. As there's a battle in the corner. The Mavericks trying to center it. They have about 50 seconds left on their power play. It's going to be poked away there. It looked like Nelson forced the pass back over to Huppy, and the Mavericks have it in the corner now. And the Jayhawks able to take it away as it's going to be Nelson on the right side. Nelson trying to pass it over to Duso. That play is broken up, but it's going to be Nelson getting it to Duso in the corner now. Duso, he'll draw it back over to Nessa, and Nessa will lure the play back. As it's Duso dumping it back in. 5 seconds left to go. And the Jayhawks are back to full strength. So the Mavericks have it in the corner. As passed up, shot there by number 16. That's broken up as it's up over to Feeney. Feeney passing it to Siddons. Siddons dropping it back to Medina, shooting, and it goes wide. And the Mavericks get it back. As it's passed across over to Voorhees, sent back out. Now Siddons trying to knock it down. Siddons able to get it. Threw it into the zone. It's going to be picked up by Feeney over to Siddons. Siddons had it at his feet. At the corner. He'll stop, he'll wait. He gets it over to Breyer. Breyer shooting one. Covered up. And passed back out over to Howell. As it's going to be over to Mercier. Now Breyer. Try to send it out, but the Mavericks hold it in. As it'll be Nelson now, turning on the Jets. He has it on the right side. Makes a move through center to the empty net, and he scores! And that should be the exclamation point here tonight, as it makes it 6-3 with 1:39 left to go. So the empty net goal by Nelson makes it 6-3 with 1:39. As it'll take a miracle for the Mavericks to get back into this one. Wall shot it through center ice. As it's redirected in. And a stoppage here with 1:22 left to go as Kansas was offside. So Dusso walks it in. He threw it to the corner. 1:15 left to go. The Mavericks able to chip it out, and another stoppage here as it looked like it went out of play. So Dusso with it now. In the slot, rips one, and a save made there by number 30. As it's held on to for a whistle. As it's going to be wrapped around over. And it looks like another goal. Not sure. That puck right on the line. So a near goal for the Jayhawks as the puck is wrapped around the boards. Less than a minute to go here in the third period. As it was shot from center ice, glove down, and played to the corner. Around over to Howell as he tries to skate it up. It'll be number 23 skating it in. A shot blocked away by Miles. 34 seconds left to go. As this can be passed over to Hunsicker. Hunsicker winds up, spin around, still with it from the deep slot. He'll just backhand it to the corner, and it's going to be Zach Schubert picking it up. Now 15 seconds left. Battle still going on in the corner. As it's going to be wrapped around over to Walsh. Walsh off the glass, gets it out of the zone. It's going to be Nelson with speed. 3 seconds on the clock, still going to go for it all the way in, and he scores! And 0.7 left on the clock. As it's 7-3 Kansas. And you can see the goaltender mad about that one. And that'll just end things here as the Jayhawks take this one 7-3, earning their first sweep of the season and winning their third game in a row. As, again, the Jayhawks complete the sweep, winning 3-2 in overtime last night, then coming back and just running away with this one 7-3. As the Jayhawks are off next week, and they will be back in action at home October 20th and the 21st against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Again, I want to thank everyone for taking time out of their weekend to tune in and catch the live action here for Jayhawk hockey. Again, I'm Gabe Daniel. Thank you again, everyone, tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.